So here's the story of the eviction, the only one we ever had, and you'll see for yourself. It was totally racism at the root of it. I was just about 2 months from delivering Leif, so it must have been January of 1971. David was at work. I went looking for a house that had a little room for our baby. The shotgun-style duplex we were living in was nice, and we could have managed, but I wanted a special little room for our special little guy. So I put it out there into the universe, that APB, all points bulletin, to the cosmic powers to find us a place with room for our little one. And they did. Within a day or two of deciding what we wanted and how much we could pay, I found it. With David at work, me out looking, really quickly, there it was, on Ryan Place, behind a big house in the front, in a lovely, lovely area. It was a little garage that had been made into an apartment with a kitchen, living room, a screened-in front porch, which I'd always wanted, a bedroom with a bath, and a little anteroom, a little baby room. It had built-in bookshelves where we stored baby supplies, and it was just enough room for a changing table, a crib, and a rocker. It was perfect, I thought. That neighborhood in those days was almost entirely white. And it didn't even occur to me that might be a problem. Anyway, I rented the little house, and we moved in, and we had our baby in March. And then we came back to it. And for the first time since we had lived there, must have been about 2 weeks after Leif was born, the landlady saw David. And right away, the very next day, there was a note on the door saying, "Come see me." Still, I didn't have a clue, y'all. So I went to see her, and she said, "By golly gee willikers, don't you know? My cousin is coming in from Minnesota, and he needs a place to stay. So I told him he could have your place, the garage apartment. Not yours anymore. Get out." Now, think about it. We've got a 2-week-old baby. We've been excellent tenants. There's absolutely no reason, and by the way, I think no cousin, to make us move, except for the fact that she was racist. I didn't know anything about tenant rights, equal opportunity, as far as living residence goes. So we started packing up, realizing we had no place to go. She said right away, folks, she didn't give us any length of time. It was just, as soon as you can get out, get out. And not having a contract, probably that would have been a problem anyway, if we had thought to get a lawyer. Well, Hal and Cherry and their new baby, who was about a month older than Leif, welcomed us to stay with them for a while. We ended up staying with them probably 2 or 3 weeks. They had a 3-bedroom house, really nice place in Arlington Heights, and a special little nursery. And Leif shared the nursery with Jason. It was his first roommate, Jason. And it was a nice stay. But we were anxious to get out. Meantime, we went back to get our belongings, and while we were there, we cleaned out the fridge, and it was Hal, David, my mom, and me. And my mom had done a complete about face, going from hoping that the baby inside me was actually a tumor, to, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? He's going to be striped or polka dotted. These weird ideas just really fueled her bigotry until he was born, and then everything was totally different. She had a grandson. Oh my gosh, and he was gorgeous. And now she had not only a daughter, but a son-in-law. Can you believe it? She started calling David, David. So she went with us that night to move our stuff. She was very upset by the whole situation. And as we headed towards the car with the rotten eggs and the spoiled bread, she picked up an egg and chunked it, and it hit their pickup truck. And I said, oh my gosh, Mom. And I reached for the eggs, pulled one out, and chunked it. It hit the truck too. Within a few minutes, we were all four standing out there chunking spoiled bread and rotten eggs at the pickup truck. And then we left, knowing we'd done so wrong. But it felt so good. We stayed, like I said, maybe 3 weeks with Hal and Cherry. And then I found, having put out another one of those, calling all spirit guides, a 2-bedroom house that we could afford. Actually, a 2-bedroom house. It was really a nice place. I'll tell you about it later. But spirit never let us down. Human beings, yes. Spirit, no. Peace.